Hello, welcome to That's What She Said. Today we're going to do a quick little love spread for the weekend to come. I'm trying this out using crystal cards instead of the crystals. They are more easily seen by the camera, especially because some of my crystals are, well, here's my tourmaline, black tourmaline. They're small, as opposed to this may even be the same size as this, but it looks so much bigger. So I've got these set to designate the field of the camera. So these are the 4 crystals or stones that I have chosen for this week's love read for the weekend, for the upcoming weekend. And I will be doing a read for each one of these. So whichever one you resonate more with, or you can listen to all of them. But I'd really like to take a moment and pick which one, even stop the video until one says, yes, pick me. But I will be putting the timestamps below for each one. But before we start, I want to do, I want to say announcements, but it's more, I want to identify all the decks used. I'll have that information down below as well. I'm using the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle by Judy Hall for the crystal cards that I'm using because they are really well done pictures of the crystals. I will be using a tarot card for one of the oracles, the Intuit Tarot. I never know how to say this because it's into a tarot. I keep on stumbling. In any case, it's the Controversa Classic deck by Kimberly Fisher. I believe that's the name. I don't see it. I really wish they would put it on the box so those of us who want to, tell people the decks we're using. I do believe it's Kimberly Fisher. Again, information down below. It's so pretty. I mean, look at the back of that. Whoa, you will listen to everything I say. No, just joking. Well, no, I hope you listen, but I'm not trying to hypnotize you. Another tarot deck we'll be using will be the Marchetti Tarot by Kiro Marchetti because it is beautiful and I love it. We'll also be using for the Undercurrents Tarot deck the This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. I really love this deck. And though it says this might hurt, I find it's not always painful, but it is truthful, which is what you want, right? Let's see, that's that one. Oh, and then I'm pulling 2 oracle cards. The other one is the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish, because again, it's pretty. And we're talking love. Oh yes, love. That's not a song. I don't think it's a song. I hope it's not copyrightable. If you want a reading from me, information will be down below as well. And without further ado, I'll be quiet a moment so you can pick either the Blue Lace Agate, the Brandenburg Amethyst, Rose Quartz, or the Lapis Lazuli. So take a moment, see which one is calling you, and then click on that reading. See you there. Welcome, Blue Lace Agate people. This is the Blue Lace Agate that I have chosen, or the picture, I should say, of the Blue Lace Agate that I have chosen. It is, I love the bands. I actually am a big fan of Blue Lace Agate because it's so pretty. I know, I'm going to keep saying that. I think this is the love reading of it's so pretty. So if you pick this, just a few of the characteristics of Blue Lace Agate. It connects the spirit with the intellect. It has medium to high frequency. It usually governs the throat chakra, but also can be used with third eye, heart, and crown. Basically all your upper level. It helps expressing yourself fully. And it helps you attune to who you are. Who are you? Okay, I'm trying really hard not to sing the song I think you all are thinking right now. I'm just realizing I need one more little card guy here. Let's see, is that visible? I've got a candle burning right there, which you can't see, and I don't want it to burn. Okay, so on with the reading. So let's pull 2 oracle cards. This is Lucy Cavendish, Hidden Worlds. And when I got this deck, I didn't realize that the artwork was the type of artwork that I actually have looked for and picked up cards and such. So it's quite a happy surprise when I got this deck to see a whole deck of little pieces of art. Okay, Blue Lace Agate. Love guide for the coming weekend, which I believe is November something. The Mirror. Other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. Just give me a moment to look at that. The Mirror has to do with, I'm not going to just re-say what's there. I'm actually going to look in the book really quick. Okay, that's what there's so many I forget. And I just want to let you know when I'm actually reading instead of channeling information. So this has to do with, for this coming weekend, that you've had other lives. It means that you have many facets. And it's for a love spread. And we'll see more as we read the rest of the spread. And it goes with this lace agate. Look at all those layers. You have lots of wisdom, but also with different facets means you're going to be harder to resonate with, if you will. My thinking is, since you reflect in so many different directions, you'll attract people from many different aspects, and it may be hard to find the person who also reflects the same way you do. But because of the amount of wisdom you have, you should be able to know what isn't right without spending too much time with it. Let's pull a tarot overview as well. Just, I can't shuffle. Oh, sorry. I almost dropped the entire deck. I do enjoy shuffling this way the most, but unless the tarot deck is large enough, bendy enough, there's not a chance that I can do that. And if anybody has been watching my videos, you can see how I still haven't figured out how to overhand shuffle. I'm working on it. But we want an oracle overview, just a 1-card overview of those who resonate with Blue Lace. I'm going to put you in the center. Blue Lace Agate. They're, what's the weekend? The love weekend. Love weekend. Love weekend. And, ooh, the Devil. Strings attached. Interesting, especially after the Mirror with the past lives and multidimensional. The Devil, I know a lot of people, when they see the Devil card, they're like, oh, temptation. I personally don't see it as temptation, though that's part of it. I see the Devil as things we do that we know aren't for our best interest, and we do them anyway. Which is not temptation, really. It's you deciding to do wrong by yourself, if you will. And we're all guilty of this. you know you need to exercise, and you find how to fill your day with everything else but exercise. You shouldn't eat a certain food, but somehow it's the only food in the house. Things like that. We do lots of things to self-sabotage. And there's clear evidence, because when there's something you want to do and you want to do it, and it doesn't matter how painful it is, you just go and do it, and there's nothing stopping you. So the devil basically says, hey, look for the strings. Look how you are making yourself your own puppet. So interesting, before we start the read, that we've got this mirror, multi-dimensional, and devil strings attached. So let's see what the rest of the cards have to say for this quick love read for the weekend. For those resonating with Blue Lace Agate, what is the love forecast? Love forecast is cards all over my table. New hit song, cards all over my table. Someone should write that song. Cards all over my table, cards all over my table. Oh, cards. So yes, I know this makes me look like I can't shuffle, but these cards are exceedingly thick, which is one of the reasons I like them. And I will show my other way I can't shuffle. But I want to give it a nice shuffle. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2. You're like, wait, those are the wrong side of the cards. Yes, they are, because I like to read them. Oh, that hurt. And seriously, that was the cards making that noise, not me. You know, some days I do just want to like throw the cards on the floor and then pick them all up and say that's a shuffle. It's hard to do that in front of a camera, but some days. So we want the undercurrents for those resonating with Blue Lace Agate. What a love forecast for this weekend. For this weekend. Maybe next time I'll just shuffle them both first and then draw. Brilliant! Why didn't you think of that before? Because I just thought of it right now. That's why. Gosh. If I knew everything, I wouldn't need the cards. Okay. Ooh. 5 of Wands and 3 of Swords. So those people working with Blue Lace Agate right now, your current environment is not contagious. It could be contagious, but that's not what I'm talking about. Contentious was the word. Contentious, and you've got an undercurrent of heartbreak, and just life is not happy for you right now. And for whatever reason, family life, work life, partners, nobody's getting along. Everybody's going in 2 different directions, and making choices for yourself is making, one way or the other, you're going to have to cut something out that you don't really want to, but you know, something's got to give, and it's gonna hurt, or it is hurting. Not gonna, it is hurting. But we want to go into the weekend. So what are key challenges for the weekend? Ooh, Queen of Cups and 6 of Swords. So Queen of Cups wants to be giving, if you will. I don't want to say giving. That's not what I mean. But compassionate. That's the word I want. Compassionate, but seeing how the current situation, you're probably finding it hard to stay compassionate. And for the coming weekend, you want to be compassionate, but be compassionate someplace else. So the key challenges may be either staying and or being compassionate in the situation that you're at, because you're finding, you know, it would be great. Now, also, I love the Six of Sword card because, see, the snake's following. You may think you're getting away, but the situation you're trying to get away from, it's just going to follow you. It's not escapable. You could put a delay in whatever you're going to happen, but it's not escapable. So, one of your key challenges for your love forecast this weekend will be either trying to get away or thinking you can escape, and being compassionate with those that you probably are done with. You're like, I'm done. I've tried. You've broken my heart too many times. I'm finding it harder and harder to be compassionate. So let's see. Is there anything in the past that you might want to relook at? Oh, Knight of Swords and the Wheel. So, the Wheel of Fortune, when it comes, it could be that in the past you've left your love choices up to chance. Instead of fine-tuning what you know you want. Because remember, Mirror, you're a multifaceted person. You're a rare person. I know everybody is, but you're a rare person and you know what you want. But instead of trying to find someone to fit you, you just leave it up to chance and you just go anywhere. Also very mental. So between leaving for, which is odd because you leave it up to chance, but you're very mental. Thoughts, you think fast, you move fast, but you don't plan, and some of your choices are good and some of your choices are bad, but you leave it up to chance. Which has gotten you into your current situation where you're not happy, you're still trying to make it work, mostly because if you leave, and I don't know if you're in a current situation, then this applies whether you're in a current situation, love relationship, or trying to find a new one. Your present situation is not happy. And you're battling between forgiving and leaving. But like I said, leaving here, this card kind of tells me that just for the weekend, it still won't be over. You still have things to deal with. So what is the future? Ooh, Temperance. Always a good card in situations such that, which again, look at Temperance. You've got the blue and the red, a little of both. You've got a little red, a little blue, a little light, a little dark. But just want to bring that up closer. With an undercurrent of 9 of Cups, which is saying that, maybe that's why the undercurrent to leave, you don't really want to, because where you're at, you're happy. You have a lot of things you've created and you're in a place you like, but you've got this going on, right? All this fire. You're fire but it's like not allowing you to do everything you want to do. And the fire is actually having a problem with you being calm, which you want to be calm. You want to be loving, but it's just not working. And so the potential is, if you balance things, remember the situation, you can't escape it. You may need to go back and continue working on the situation. It'll be work, but it could be peaceful. But it needs to be a decision. However, being a decision of the mind or the heart, instead of leaving things up to chance and letting the other person decide, I think that's the key here. In the past, you've left it up to chance instead of actually, you would make a logical decision or you leave it up to chance. And the problem is you're trying to be compassionate, which is neither up to chance nor of the mind. It's of the heart. And your current situation could be heartbreaking because of your own thoughts as to it's not what you want it to be. because you are in a relationship with somebody who's very mental. It's hard for you to have emotional decisions because they may argue with you as how emotions don't count. Who knows? This is general for just blue lace, but that even there's a lot of different people. The potential for the weekend is, try to make both sides work, which is here trying to just produce and be happy with the work. And you could blend this. But right now, you're looking forward to the weekend. Depends for the weekend. Not to have an all-out blasting party. Don't make rash decisions. Temper your passion and your emotions, and think about what you do before you do it. And if all else fails, if you're really angry, just go out to the shed and make some pottery. If nothing else, you can just throw it against the wall and watch it break, and it may relieve some of this anger and heartache that's going on here. Man, I wish I had a better outlook for you blue lace. And maybe it doesn't resonate, and be thankful. But this is what I'm seeing for those who are resonating with the blue lace agate. The weekend's better than right now. Today's Wednesday, by the way. So the forecast for the weekend, some people start their weekends on Thursday, is that it will be a relief from what things currently are, but not an entire solution, because somehow in order to get here, you have to be less of this. Yep, that's what I see. Oh, yeah, sorry. The whole time remember, the devil, strings attached. If you're in this type of situation and you stay in that type of situation, you're choosing to. It's like you're stabbing yourself. So if you are, fine. Then be okay with it, because you are being there on purpose. And if you're not okay with it, leave. It may follow you. You may have to do more to cut yourself off from that relationship, but it's a start. And this is not for everyone. It's your choice. I'm just seeing that stay or go. It's going to be your decision. You're not a victim. You are a unique jewel, but there's something out there for you. Okay, I'll stop there. I can go on and on, I guess. Have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye. Welcome those that chose the Brandenburg Amethyst, which is a really pretty stone. It's amethyst, and I believe its bottom part is like citrine that goes up to amethyst. It's just gorgeous. It's also called the perfect blueprint. This is good for all chakras. It has a high frequency, and it's considered, because it works on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, karmic, on and on, how many more levels, it can heal and work with that. It is the all-purpose. No, it couldn't be, because no one would get anything else. I just like it because it's pretty. But you picked it for your own reasons. You resonated with it for some reason. Brandenburg Amethyst is the reason why we're all here. So now, let's do a quick shuffle. We want to get an oracle for those who resonate with the Brandenburg Amethyst for a quick weekend forecast love spread for the coming week. It's Wednesday. Got the weekend coming. Let's see. No. This doesn't matter, right? Because we're still picking the top of this. Ooh, the Crystal Path. Mineral spirits and crystal beings. Okay, I'm going to read in the booklet, because I'm not one of those geniuses that can read and memorize entire books. Let's see. Crystals can connect and communicate with both within the earth and the ones that lie in our homes. So I guess they're saying all crystals can communicate with all other crystals. But what does it mean when we pull this card? You will be called into the master class for the soul, charging you with the energy of the crystalline energies. In essence, this path says that we're all connected. Though this says crystal, but you can make the I was going to say allegory, but I don't believe that's the right word. That humans, we're all connected, and if we can work with one, we can work with all, which I guess is kind of good coming in for a weekend love spread that we're like, woohoo. So now we're going to pull a tarot to complement that oracle for the weekend. For those, pick the Brandenburg Amethyst. These tarot are bendy and thin enough I can actually do this. I can't shuffle all tarot decks. Ooh, the Chariot, strength of will. So the Chariot is one where you have to have control. You've got, here it's 2 horses, but usually your path you have, I don't want to say competing, but you have powers and things that you're using that may not always be in tandem or going in the same direction, and through your own will, you make them follow the path you want to be going on. And you either have the strength to do that, or things just go willy-nilly because you can't keep your powers in control and keep you on the path that you're going on, which is interesting because we've got the crystal path, crystal beings, and staying on the path, and we've got our Brandenburg Amethyst. Okay, so last time, I'm going to shuffle both decks, because last time it was, well, let's say both these decks are rather, the cards are rather thick, and I cannot shuffle them easily. So I will do a quick shuffle of both of them, really quick. So this is the Marchetti Tarot. I'm using this as the central theme for each card placement. And this might hurt for the undercurrent for the same card placement. Okay. And now these not as thick as the Marchetti. This might hurt. But here, I'll give it another try. Ooh. Just be on my... I got little hands. What can I say? But, oh, doing better than I expected. Okay, there we go. Let's split the deck. And now we'll pull the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alrighty now. Let's see where we're currently at. Ooh, King of Coins and 10 of Wands. Oh, that. More coins. And Wands and Wands. Okay, we've got lots of coins. Okay, so currently you're king of the castle, if you will, but it's through a lot of hard work. I mean, wherever you're at in life, you're at a place where you feel financially okay, and you've done it through your own hard work. And that may or may not affect. Remember, you've got your chariot, you've gotten there, you've got the precision and the strength of will to go after your goals. The challenge is what's blocking you going into this weekend, which is, I think, kind of, because it comes up, you've got the Nine of Pentacles twice. And so the Nine of Pentacles tends to be enjoying what you've, and you've got the Queen of Pentacles underneath, which, you know, both of these are more about enjoying what they've earned. The King of Coin may be that you're currently been sitting on it because it's your hard work and you don't want it to go anywhere. Sorry, I need to... I've got a candle burning here and it was... There we go. Getting a little out of hand. So back to here. The challenge may be to enjoy what you have earned instead of just sitting on a pile of, like, I've earned this. Go out and have fun. Get some crazy headdresses to go with, you know, what kind of, look at that bird's got all these coins in it. It gotta be hard to fly like that. And then the Queen of Pentacles, you know, the challenge may be to even just spend it on yourself, and even harder to spend it on somebody else. You may just still want to clutch it. Now, what's affecting this? And it looks like you've got your Two of Wands and your King of Wands, which is some passions in the past, and such a pretty card. I love this deck. Choices that you had to take. And depending on the choice, maybe you made the choice to follow something that you do well. And in the meantime, the passion you chose, you got you sitting pretty, but by yourself. And you may have locked the idea that it's an either or. You can't have a relationship and physical stability at the same time. You can have one or the other. That's not true. You can have a relationship and physical stability at the same time. So the potential for the weekend, the outcome, you've got Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles again. So you've got this trying to enjoy it for yourself, but you know, the Queen of Swords, fast-thinking, intellectual, unbiased. If you want truth of the matter, and that may be it. Your weekend, the potential for the weekend is that you may decide that you... Sorry, I just realized that. Look at, they both have these birds with the coverings on them. I just love that. I don't know if the bird likes it so much. But there may be someone in your life who has put you on the path of this focusedness to be just focused on business, and the potential is you may have somebody who are going to speak that truth to you, but it's an intellectual relationship, not in fact, I don't see any emotional in this. It's all about passion and money, but you've got some clear thoughts coming in this weekend. So potential to meet someone who's going to be a straight talker, no nonsense, but will love to help you enjoying the fruits of your labor. But they're also somebody that, it's not like they're somebody that needs to be taken care of, but they're used to taking care of themselves And they want somebody who also can take care of themselves and not be a pauper, but someone who enjoys, they've worked hard and enjoys life. You don't have to choose enjoyment and work. You can have both. So your struggle is also, the thing you're going to be challenged with is enjoying what you worked for. But that's also the potential of enjoying it. And in the process, you'll meet someone to stimulate your mind. And it's not necessarily a love relationship, but it's a fun relationship. But truth hurts if you're not ready for it. Just be ready for that. It's actually not too bad, Brandenburg Amethyst people. Good work. I'm glad you've worked hard. You deserve to take some time to pamper yourself. Do that. That's what I see for this week. See you next Wednesday. Bye. Welcome, those of you who resonated with rose quartz and this pretty little heart-shaped rose quartz. Rose quartz tends to be used for the heart chakra, and it is often just thought of as a stone of unconditional love, peace, drawing relationships to you, and healing past emotional traumas, and providing support during crisis times of troubles. If anybody wants to do a phonetically spelled way to pronounce multiple crisis, I'd appreciate it. So for that, we're going to pull an oracle card from the Hidden Worlds Oracle. And see what kind of energy for the coming weekend, for the love forecast for those resonating with rose quartz. And yes, I picked the rose quartz because love. I'm not going to say I'll pick it every week, but that's why I picked it this week. Okay, Temple of Dreams. One of my favorite cards, Sacred Dreams, Prophecy, Dream Journeys. Okay, this card has to do with your intuition and messages that you get while sleeping or meditating. Messages you get while not necessarily trying to think of plans, inspiration, if you will. But definitely dreams, what's the word when you are awake while dreaming? Or lucid dreaming. Okay, let's get a corollary or clarifying. Let's just go through different words that start with C. A clarifier oracle from the Intuit Tarot deck, the Controversa deck. Help us figure out what type of sacred dreaming, journaling, prophecies. Oh, 4 cups. I'm sorry. Self-serving disinterest. Is that like saying oxymoron? Oxy. And in case of 4 cups, I always call this the, middle of summer blues. It's, you just like, I'm bored. I mean, you've got everything you could possibly need, but you're bored. I don't want to do that. Self-serving disinterest. It's the first time I've seen this card with this deck, so that little keyword. But the face says it all. So, okay. So you're bored, which means maybe you've got time to just take naps, or, you don't like the way things are now. So be aware of what the universe is trying to bring to you, instead of just like, I don't wanna. Okay. I'm gonna shuffle both the tarot decks, because this deck, the cards are really thick, which is awesome. Ooh, it makes it easy for my small hands to damage them because I can't quite. They do not bend easily, which is good, right? Because you want the cards. But that means I have to do this overhand thing, which I'm not good at. And if I do it this way, I like the fact that I am recording all my trials and tribulations over a simple thing like shuffling. One day, or maybe never. The thing is, the right card's going to come up regardless. I know this. But it still cracks me up that maybe that is, so the right card comes up, I have to be a totally lame shuffler. Maybe that's it. Okay. I'm a lame shuffler in order for the right card to come up. This deck is just on the... It hurts my hands to shuffle it just because they're just large enough, but just a little bit bendy enough that I can shuffle them. But it does not, it hurts. It is exercise from these little hands. Okay. I'm going to cut this deck again. I don't remember if I cut it. And then we'll cut this one. And then we'll deal. And then we'll do a little dance. No. Well, no. You can dance. I'm not going to stop you from dancing. Dancing should always be allowed. Okay, how are we currently? Ooh, King of Wands and Emperor. Challenges, your past, and potential weekend. Oh, this is interesting, guys, especially because you're bored and so you're just trying to find something new. You have, so you know, this kind of goes with this board. Your Emperor, for you've got the grasp of everything, but you want a new passion. So currently, yeah, you've got everything that you sought for, and you want something new now. And because this is a love reading, I expect it has to do with love. The challenges for this weekend, Ace of Cups, finding that emotional spark, and it looks like Two of Wands, making a choice. Yeah, so you're gonna come up. Your problem is you're gonna come up with lots of ideas, but you're gonna have to choose in order to actually get to, you know, a new emotional relationship. Because maybe. Yes, there's all those things where you can put something, a pea underneath your pillow, and you dream about your future partner. Yeah, but though I personally have not thought of doing that. If you have vivid dreams and remember them, you probably don't need the pea. You just need to ask the universe to give you the dream as to what you need to do next. So past that's influencing this is, so you looks like you've had partnership, emotional partnership in the past, but it wasn't necessarily the most healthy partnership. We've got this Devil card underneath. And I love this Devil card because you got people having a blast down here, but they're all shackled one way or another to whatever it is. Could it be drugs, alcohol, pleasure, just the idea of doing something naughty? But for whatever case, it wasn't necessarily the best relationship, but you chose to stay with it. And you either are still in that relationship, but you're bored now, which says how much you were emotionally involved, or it's why you started focusing on other things and not relationship because it was dysfunctional. But now you're like, hey, I want to try again. I want to I want to go and be in this relationship where I share things with somebody. But you got to start, though. Your challenge is going to be to get off your butt and make a decision and go do it. So what's the potential? Well, we've got the Magician card, which is good, but the Magician tends to be a solitary guy or gal who believes they have it all, which it mirrors the Emperor. This I have things, I'm singular, and you've got the king, you've got all these I'm everything unto myself and don't need anyone to make me better. Which, then you've got this Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords tells me you either are going to be not feeling great at the end of the weekend, either because you never made a decision. You sat home and dreamt about it, and all the things you could do and didn't do anything. Or you do, but you start looking in the same bad places which you've evolved from, and you don't quite fit there. Like you say, you can always go back home. You always can go back to where you live, but you can't go back home, something like that. And that is a possibility, but I'm feeling more because of this vibe of just bored disinterest. You're never going to get off the car. You're just going to sit at home and dream about having a relationship, but you're not going to do anything about it because you've got your video games and your TV and your nice place that you live, and you've got all these things where, I want to just do things I want to do and not have to. The idea of having a relationship is still just an idea. It's not something you really want to incorporate into your lifestyle, which is sad for the rose quartz, but it does bode well that you do believe in yourself, and if that got you out of this dysfunctional relationship, more power to you. But in order to be in a relationship, you can't just be you have to also think about someone else and have to want to let them in. And I'm seeing a lot of I see I'm saying like blocking. I see a lot of that's the word. I see a lot of you want someone to accept you, but you don't want to be accepting of someone else. You don't want to be in this union where two people are together. I see a lot of me. Me. And as long as that is, there can't be someone else when it's just you. You're getting there. And have fun, because yes, life's too short. Always have fun. But the idea of Love This Weekend is still a romance novel, and the idea of it more so than the actuality of a partnership. But sorry about the Three of Swords. But you're magic. You can do anything you want. You've got it. You're under control. Continue enjoying yourself until you're ready and feel safe enough. Because you're fearing the heartbreak, so you're still in too much fear to want to open up. Which is fine. You're almost there. Enjoy your weekend. There will be plenty of weekends to come. See you next Wednesday. Bye. Hello, those of you who selected or resonated with lapis lazuli. Here's something that I didn't know. It is one of the most auspicious stones in the ancient world. I didn't know that. I just read it. But I do know that people pick it because it wards off calamities. It's a good stone for the throat, third eye, and crown chakras. It helps in divine reconnection. And what's the other thing? There's something else and I can't remember. It has to do with, I guess it's the reconnecting to the divine. It helps helping you remember that you are larger than just you. You are a bigger person or a soul. Your soul is larger than the vehicle you're in right now. And this helps you remember. Right now I'm kind of seeing a little face in that, but okay, this is not about me. This is about the weekend love reading for those who resonated with Lapis Lazuli. And we're going to pick an oracle card for an overview for the energies for a love reading for this coming weekend. See how things are going. I figure if you're here, you're looking, or if you're here, you're having issues. In my opinion, if everything's honky-dory and happy, you don't go and look at love readings because everything's too happy. You have doesn't interest you. You come to a love reading when something is not as calm as you'd like it to be. Ooh, the pathway. Direction, purpose, change. It's also a very pretty card. Gosh. Golly gosh gosh. Love these. So, what did I say? Direction, purpose, change. Oh, I knocked over my little stand up. They're there to hold the cards at the right angle. I'm going to read really quick in the booklet to make sure I give you all the information. Though it's kind of self-evident. Basically, this card is urging trust that you are on the right path, even though it may be obscured. It's like, oh, you've crossed a bridge in this lifetime and you're facing the right direction. So it's a card that, well, everybody is on a path, but if you consciously believe that you are trying to move forward, this card is saying, yes, you are moving forward. You are on the correct direction. You're not going backwards. Let's get a clarifying card from the Intuit Controversa deck. This fractal image is awesome. Go together. I guess that's not supposed to. Those cards are like, no, we shall not blend. You cannot make us. Don't like those cards. I'm not going to blend with them. Never. Those just all hated each other. We want the cards to be in the right place. Clarification card survey says, ooh, 5 of Cups, unwelcome change. Okay, so this does say direction, purpose, and change, but this says unwelcome change. So, or let's say change, but not the change you thought. So, again, this has been a love spread, a forecast for the weekend. It could be as benign as just to change plans. You had plans for this weekend, and they're canceled for... There's innumerable reasons why they were canceled. Or it could be something a little more drastic, and the fact that you had plans, but they were canceled for a very drastic reason that you didn't see coming. Or you're thinking about change for yourself, and maybe the other person beat you to it. I don't know. We're going to pick more cards. I'm just speculating, which is not why you are here. You want to know what the cards say. So this weekend, I cannot, these cards are so thick, I just have an awful time trying to shuffle them. I can try this way. Maybe let me try. But it's so clumpy. So for the weekend, Know that you're going in the right direction. There may be change. It's not what you wanted. You may not be happy about it. But it is what's supposed to be happening, so you can continue on the path you've chosen. And that's what life's all about, right? Whoa! My life challenge is to shuffle tarot cards. Okay, I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to split. And then I'm going to shuffle the other deck. This is the Marchetti deck. And then we'll do undercurrents with the This Might Hurt deck. And I have to say, shuffling this deck does hurt. These cards are just the size and stiffness that it's just at the very edge of the muscles in my hands' capability. My little hands. I know I may not be able to tell this, but they are tiny. The pain, what I do for you. I want to give you the information so you have what you need to go into the weekend ready. And no, this isn't a fashion forecast. This is a love forecast. Okay, let's see. Oh, King of Wands and the Devil. Two of Cups. Okay. Ace of Cups and Justice. Oh my God, did that... Go back and the reading before this. I mean, the cards are in different places, but oh my... So, currently, you are ruled by your passions, but your passions sometimes shouldn't be ruling you, and you make decisions that may not be in your best interest, but you choose to continue with them because they make you happy. I'm doing the air quotes because the Devil card tends to be, you may be in situations that you're not happy or comfortable with, and you could easily walk away, but you choose to stay there anyway. You overdrink, drinking's not bad, dancing's not bad, loving someone's not bad, but if you're doing things that don't make you comfortable and you continue doing them, then you are in full control to stop doing any of those things. So that's your current situation. You think you're the ruler of your passions, but your passions actually are running you. Your challenge for the weekend, because remember, this is a love reading, your challenge is actually to find parity, not parody, P-A-R-O-D-Y, but parity, P-A-I-R-T-Y. I hope I spelled that correctly. You want to find someone that you can be on equals with, right? On equal with, not on... Gosh, I am just enunciating badly. Problem is, you are seeing lots of choices, and some of them aren't realistic. And you want love, but at the same time, you want a dragon. Dragons don't exist. Just saying. Nothing. I'm not going to get into bestiality or anything like that. It's just an example, and trying to be humorous. Please don't get up. But all I'm saying is, your challenge is to find someone to be in relationship with, and some people may not find it a problem. You have lots of choices. Some of them really aren't realistic. If the person you want to be in a relationship with is the character in your game that you play, not even multi-person game, just the game you play on your computer or your PlayStation, that's not a realistic relationship. But, your challenge is too many choices or distractions from just focusing on something that'll be emotionally on par. That's not the right word. We'll come back to that. So what's affecting this? Looks like in the past you've tried to come up and establish new relationships. But we've got this Justice card here, so don't know what happened. I'm not going to say that it was a legal thing because I don't think it's legal, but karmic maybe. Because remember, you've got the Devil card here. So if you were trying to get into a relationship, but you are really being ruled by your passions, instead of you're going to get what you pay for in essence, which is, somebody who's also ruled by their passions, and neither one of you is actually focusing on the other person first. You're focusing on yourselves together and fueling your own addictions, but together, which is not necessarily great for a relationship, especially when you want, in a way it is, you've got equals, but is it a relationship, or is it just partnerships on, somebody sitting next to you on the train going to the same place? So what's the potential for this weekend? Because that's what you're here. What's the forecast for the weekend? We've got this in the past. Going forward, we've got the Magician card and the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is saying, hey, I've only got so many resources. I only can do so much. But you also want magic to happen. So your confliction is trying to go slow, but also wow, which is not terrible. I mean, make magic is great for the weekend, especially if your past undercurrents have been overindulgence is probably the best way to. A little temperance would actually help you in a long way. And that's a good forecast considering the past, that using temperance on yourself, you can bring magic this weekend if you are truly on the path. Direction, purpose, change, unwelcome change. Unwelcome, remember, just because it's unwelcome doesn't mean devastating, but it also could be devastating. I can't make that choice. That is actually that's a perception on the unwelcome, the level of unwelcomeness. But it could be the thing that spurs you on, right? Makes you stop thinking about all these different choices and actually focus on yourself so you can bring the magic and bring in the relationship you really need. I know I keep on seeing these two cards, but I don't see them as negative. I see them as the things that will propel you out of a recycling circus, that's the word, that you've been on in order to really start on the path. Because Magician is also a major arcana. So is the Devil. So is you've got 3 different major arcanas here. But the King of Wands, that's, you need to start on yourself and start moving yourself forward. And once you move yourself forward, 4 major arcanas. Look at you. For you, your love forecast is you. And not about trying to bring in somebody else. And maybe that's the challenge, is you're going to want to bring somebody else. That's it. Your challenge is you're going to want to bring somebody else in instead of knowing that you need just to love all of you, both sides of yourself, in order to release yourself from this devil. And with that, you finally can get the temperance and become the magician to bring in everything else. Because once you do have this magic, this fire for yourself, you will continue on your pathway. And if relationships there, it's going to be there. And again, general, there's probably a lot of people looking at this one, but I see that this weekend is all about a love relationship with yourself and being able to see that. It's not that love won't come to you, but it'll only come to you after you find your true self, find your magic, and it'll draw everything else in. I wish I'd picked this stone. Well, I did, but I didn't pick this reading. This looks like a really good forecast for this weekend. Good luck. I'd love to know what works out, and leave me any comments down below. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.